like one of the things that we talked about a lot was like, hey, we don't need more training or, you know, training more intensely. We need to do the right thing, and that means we got to back it up. But then, you know, we would always talk about it in a way that, hey, we're going to do this so that then you're going to be able to do this, which you really want to do, but we can't just jump to this. We're building a house on cards, a house of cards, and it's going to collapse. And so that's something with nutrition. It's like everyone's like, oh, I don't have time, I don't have this, like blah blah blah. There's so many rationalizations that we make for ourselves, and I don't even know, like, excuses. I mean, yeah, there are excuses, but again, it's like you get to make excuses and go through this rationalization process, because that's part of being a person who's growing and maturing.
Sure.
You can choose to stop growing and just live with those rationalizations, or you can use them and be like, okay, like I know why I'm saying these things. Now that can point me in the direction of where I need to go. So common stuff with nutrition is like, oh, I'm super busy, I'm this and that. And like you were just telling me a few minutes ago, like you lost, and then we reframed it as well, but you lost 10 pounds in the last 4 or 5 weeks. And then you said it in a way that was like, you know, I lost 10 pounds.
So like, you know, contextually, you know, back in May, I had a screw put in my shoulder for one of my crazy army injuries, and I wasn't able to do any kind of training. You know, like my doctor's like, you can't even run, you can't use a bike. She's like, because of the way your body's natural motion, it might damage the placement of the screw or even pull it out. So I couldn't train at all I couldn't do anything as far as exercise went for
World of Warcraft.
For 3 months. So, you know, I vegetated. You know,
That's not the kind of vegetables that we want.
Not the edible kind. I became a potato. I put some roots down. I watch a lot of TV, I watch a lot of movies, and I play a lot of video games. And I was frustrated. And
House of Bagels.
Oh man, such good stuff there.
Anybody who ever comes to San Jose, you need to go to House of Bagels on 11th and San Carlos. Okay, tell them Ranbir sent them. They may not know who you're talking about, but just, hey, you can tell them.
Yeah, so like my nutrition kind of went up and went down. But I was just, every time I thought about it, you know, because I could feel myself getting out of, like, more out of shape and putting the weight on. And I was like, and I'd rationalize and be like, listen, I can't do anything about this now, and I'll just, I'll be able to take care of it. And that's how I reasoned it.
Yeah, like my doctor told me not to do anything.
And I'm like, I might as well eat this entire bag of chips in one sitting while drinking the soda and, you know, eating cake or something. I don't know. But
who knows? What would you say? That's a way that we like, we're talking about positive reframing, but like we reframe things in a negative or unhelpful way all the time,
right? Such
as that. What would you say to somebody, because there's so many people, like 70% of the population is either overweight or obese. What would you say to somebody who's like, they know that they're making rationalizations and they really want to get better and start feeling good about how, you know, their health and how they look and how they feel? Like, what suggestion would you give them to kind of pull yourself out of that situation?
That's a great question. I mean, it depends on the person, because some people, they don't understand that, you know, when you consume a lot of sugar, that sugar generally tends to become fat because it's stored energy. Your body holds on to it, so it expects to use it at some point, but if you're not using it, then it just becomes a part of your gut or a part of your butt or, you know, some other part of your body where it's just weighing you down. And someone showed me a picture a while back of how much sugar was in, like, soft drinks. So they had like a bunch of soft drinks on like the ledge of a table, and then they used like each soda can to like hold down a bag, like a Ziploc bag that was dangling over the edge, and it contained the amount of sugar that was in the drink, and in the Ziploc bag. So you could look visually at how much sugar was in like a Coke and a Sprite and a Red Bull and a Mountain Dew. Like the amount of sugar in a Mountain Dew is just insane. Like you'd look at it and be like, oh, like that's disgusting. Like I can't imagine consuming that much sugar, And so I remember looking at that picture and being like, that's pretty gross. Like sugar is great and all.
Why don't you try spoonfuls? Like once you eat spoonfuls,
it made me sick to my stomach looking at that picture and like. So now, like, I still drink soda on rare occasion because
especially with limes.
With limes, because it's delicious. But I mean, you need to understand, like, if you're just drinking that 24/7, like at work or at your office, it's gonna get you, man.
And I think that's a really good point that you make, is that it's in relation to your level of activity, your lifestyle.
Right.
You know, 100%. There's nothing wrong with soda. I know some people are going to get really butthurt about that, but that's fine. You can get butthurt, but if you're active and you have a healthy amount of muscle mass on your body, and you eat in accordance with how your lifestyle is, like you're very active, you're on the move, you're not just sitting all the time. Guess what? A soda here and there is not going to kill you. Should you probably drink water instead? Yes, we all agree on that. Sure. But like we have to put things in perspective, and so we can make these small, like that little thing, that one picture was huge because it gave you a new level of awareness, and you're like, nah, I'm not gonna, like, made you cut down a whole bunch, right? So those are the types of little things and like reframings of ideas and concepts and our goals and our obstacles that help us make lasting or long-term progress and keep moving to the next plateau. Any other thing that you would advise somebody? Like, that can be a tough place to be in.
Sure. I mean, living in San Jose, a lot of the work that exists here is a lot of office work. There's a lot of people who are attached to the .com industry, the computer programming, that kind of thing. And that work involves a lot of kind of lethargic, a lot of lethargy. You're not really, you might be thinking really hard, you're concentrating on the work, and because programming isn't easy. It requires a pretty large amount of brain power. But,
shout out to the programmers.
Yeah, shout out. But you're sitting at a desk for like 8 hours, or more, depending on
some of these guys and girls are putting in like work. I'm like, hey, you need to go to sleep. They're like, no, I need to put in work.
Right. And if you're sitting down for that long, for that length of the day, without getting up and doing anything, the only thing you're eating is like sandwiches or donuts if someone brings them in, or drinking soda for the caffeine to help you stay awake and aware and energized. Like that's like the trifecta of the worst possible setup. Like you're going to lose your nutrition. It's going to go out the window, and you're just going to be spontaneously putting on weight. And I had to have a serious conversation with my brother because he was drinking he's an HR guy here in San Jose. He works in this huge human resources department for his company, and he was drinking like a 6-pack of Coke a day.
Damn.
I'm like, dude, like, if you kind of
Switch
slow
the
down.
diet.
And he, you know, because he asked me, he's like, so, what do I gotta do? Stay in shape. Well, I want to start working out. So I'm like, you know, for some advice. I'm like, well, first of all, don't do that.
Yeah.
You would lose weight just like
Doing that.
removing that, or just being like,
That's
Have
that
one
right
soda.
there is about 1,200 calories. 6-pack of soda is about 1,200 calories.
right, like it's an immense amount of calories, and you know, if you're not doing anything with it, it's just going straight to your gut.
Yep. Small changes. And by the way, to all the people who also get butthurt that, oh, I'm not going to drink Diet Coke because it tastes gross. You know what? You need to go sit down because you need to get your priorities in check. And by the way, guess what? Diet Coke has 0 calories. So if you can, in the meantime, go from 6 cans to 5, guess what? You're going to start losing weight. Go from 5 to 4 and have 2 of your Diet Coke. Guess what? You're still going to lose weight. And then eventually, don't drink Diet Coke. Drink Coke Zero. It tastes better. It tastes delicious. Okay. Drink. What is these? Have you seen these ones where it's like Pepsi 10 or like Dr. Pepper 10? You know
Yeah,
those?
yeah.
Those are made with, see, you don't need a lot of sugar to get the flavor. They're made with like 10 calories of like sugar and the rest of it is like Splenda or whatever. And so they taste phenomenal, but they have 10 calories. So that right there will make you lose weight. But it's all with these small changes and just being okay with, you know, your progress and your rate of progress. It's about progress. It's not about perfection because you will never be perfect. And yeah,
It's true.
final question for you, Mr. Dan. Here he is. Welcome.
Hey.
Guys, we have Elliot in the house. He is here. Final question for Dan. What is the greatest Christmas movie of all time?
Ooh. Oh man, you're putting me on the spot.
There's a correct answer.
Oh, there is a correct answer. I'm about to blame it.
Says it all the time.
Oh my God!
It's Diet Coke.
Cancel this! Delete everything!
Never forget,
That is
Nakatomi
false.
Plaza.
That is false, sir.
No, it's
It is Jingle All the Way, just like everybody already knew. But hey, we'll let you be contrarian today. I know in your heart of hearts, you know what is the truth.
John McClane's looking for you right now.
John, I'll be here. I'm right here. John, all right? Thank you, sir. Go get those Pepsi 10s.